Because young people with a learning disability tend, on the whole, to be a neglected area. That's the area where I develop not only teaching resources programs, but in particular three-dimensional resources which enable them to understand their bodies.
We started because there was a need for the work, really. The teachers just asked us if we could help them do some work. We're arts-based people, drama-based people, and we put together drama and creative arts and sex education programs for young people with severe learning disabilities originally. Most, if not all, of young people with additional learning needs have very similar issues to any young people. They grow up, they want relationships, they want to experience the world safely, they want to use the internet. But of course, because of their varying needs and abilities, some young people don't perhaps have any expressive language, other young people maybe have autism, so have issues around social communication. There are some young people with moderate learning disabilities who perhaps have issues to do with learning, perhaps they have additional learning needs or dyslexia and so forth. So it's a big wide range really, and yet they all need that same information.
So it's really trying to disseminate not just the resources, but the experience that we had built up over decades of talking with young people, hearing the problems that they have, in particular those young people with learning disabilities who find it very difficult to articulate their needs.
A colleague in my team just simply drew this and painted it, filled it in, and we use these cutout characters. We might call this one John, and we work with a group. So for example, a group of young people with severe learning disabilities who need to understand about the idea of private. What does private mean for a character like John, who would be a character like any of the young people in the group? So we could say, could John be like this, dressed like this in the supermarket in his clothes? And the answer of course is yes. But could John be dressed like this in the supermarket in his underwear? No. So that's just an example of teaching a particular concept. Young people with severe learning disabilities, obviously more different groups. Children with moderate learning disabilities, we're working on consent and healthy relationships. So a lot of our work is breaking down the key things to very clear elements that the children understand, young people understand one by one.